to the monster movie maker moment of the Ghosts and Ghouls podcast. Today we're discussing Pope Lick Monster. This is the Pope Lick Monster, more commonly or colloquially known as the Goat Man. It is a legendary part man, part goat, part sheep creature reported to live beneath a railroad trestle bridge over Pope Lick Creek in the Fisherville neighborhood of Louisville, Kentucky, United States. That led me to Charles Ches McCartney. He was homeless and had a herd of goats that he cared for pull his wagon around. He traveled over 100,000 miles. You got a movie idea yet?
Yeah, I've got one. Yes,
You got one? You want me to go first? You want to go first?
No, you can go first. I'm sure you've had time to flush out your movie. So,
my movie is going to be. So I really liked reading Chess's story.
okay.
So I'm going to make a story about Chess,
Mm-hmm.
where he is a homeless man preaching fire and brimstone, and he's getting blamed for a lot of the things that are going on in the town.
Oh, okay.
Hold
so
on.
like all the,
Thought I had to sneeze.
so like all the murders or something.
All the missing animals, all the murders. Well, he's eating cats out in the woods, blah blah blah. He's eccentric. He's fucked up in the head, blah blah blah. Did you see he brought that Spanish woman from New York that hucked knives at Huckleberry, and she shot him right in the heart. And like, obviously no, like Huckleberry had a heart attack because she was just so voluptuous. And we're gonna get oh my god, what's the Sofia Vergara to play her? Right? You know why? She's hot. Well, anyway, so. Anyway, the ongoings, and like he's uncovering slowly through his nomadic travels and like meeting people and blah blah blah. And they're like, "No, we're here to go to the four winds. We're here to go to the four winds." And like he slowly figures out that they're doing something crazy there. And like, I just have this like scene in my head where like one of his goats goes missing, and he like sixth senses out. It's like where he gets Billy's gone, like my black Billy goat, and he's got to find it. And he goes and he peeps through that black fence with the red writing, and it's all red lit behind. They got fires and torches all burning, and then they're like putting him up onto an altar, like they're gonna sacrifice Billy. And he's like, hell no! And he starts pulling out all this junk out of his wagon. He's just like whipping people with like broken pieces of like 2x4s and like just like the craziest, like breaks down the fence, right? Breaks a hole in it with his wagon, saves his fucking goat, and then like all the police show up at the end, and it's like woo! And it's like they start uncovering where like all these missing persons went, all the missing animals went, and it's like, but I also want it to be one of those things where like the Pope Lick Monster, the actual goat man, like the demonic entity is actually there, but it's like they have like so you'll get like a perspective of like somebody dying, right? And it's like and then they die, and it's like what the fuck killed them? And then it cuts to Chess, and he's like la-di-don throughout the day and doing his thing, right? But in the background and like the windows, you can see like the shadowy figure kind of like following him around. You can see this, you can see that, because he's attracted to this guy because of like the outlandish lifestyle that he lives. Is so outside the box, and he's just like, what the hell's going on with him? But the shadowy figure keeps having to have sacrifices done in order for it to maintain its manifestation on the plane of existence. And that's kind of the whole thing, is like it keeps feeding. Chess is somehow always nearby. He becomes the subject of the investigation. Billy gets stolen by the satanic cult that's feeding the Pope Lick Monster, and he's like, hell fucking no, that's my goat, and breaks it down. The police arrive, figure out it's the satanic cult of farmers, arrest them all. Billy's saved, and then when he turns around at the final moment, like the fire that's burning in front of the altar, the Pope Lick Monster, the actual goat man, gets up on the altar and then jumps on the fire and disappears. And he's just like, what? And then movie ends.
Is that what he actually says?
Yeah, what? I mean, what? That's some cheddar right there, you know, like, like, you know, I don't know. Butter my biscuit and salt my balls. Like, oh God, dude. Like, what?
Oh Lord. Yeah.
But I kind of wanted to bring like the few origins of it together. You have
No,
the
absolutely.
have the girl from the circus. Maybe the circus comes through, he meets her, she stays, hangs out with him, blah blah blah. And then she's like, "Oh, you live in a cardboard box on the outside."
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's like, "Ah, that's not really for me." But, you know, you keep coming to see me in my hotel room, you know. And she's just like, you know, just
Yeah.
raw dogging the hell out of this poor homeless man. He's just having the time of his life. He's like, man, all that praying I did worked. And then Billy gets stolen. He's like, hell no, not Billy.
Hmm.
But he's gonna have like a herd of goats.
Yeah.
And he weaponizes them, and that's kind of the fun part. It's like he charges them at the thing, and then he cuts them all loose, and then like the wagon goes through the fence at the end. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So very like horror, but horror comedy. I want like the gore and the kills to be like really well done, but I also want like this homeless goat herder to just be like clutch fucking his way through this whole.
Have an insane scene of like him meeting like one of the like the final dudes or whatever,
Yeah.
right? That's like trying to kill him.
Yep.
And like the dude's on the ground, like the dude who owns the goats, right?
Yeah,
It's on the
Chess.
ground. Yeah, Chess is on the ground, and he's about to die, right? And then all of it, like with the fire in the background,
Yep.
and like the goat just comes up and just rams him into the fire.
Yeah,
and he just
smokes his ass.
smokes him. It's like, oh.
It would almost be even. If you really want to take it like a hyper comedy route, it's like two goats. One goes high, one goes low, and
Yeah.
it spins him like a
Oh
pinwheel.
wait, even just the like hitting him into the fire,
Yeah.
that counts as a sacrifice to
Oh,
the
yeah,
goat man.
yeah, you can do that. But I also want it to kind of be that thing where it's like you have like you've seen the effigy of like the goat skull.
Yeah, of
right?
course, yeah.
They're using like, and maybe not all the murders are done by the dude, right? But it's like the first murder I want to be done on the bridge, like on the trestle,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And it's the satanic cult, but they're wearing like the goat head, like the ram head skull.
Yeah.
And they murder whoever with the axe, and then they
Yeah.
huck them off, and then but like the resounding splat is like, oh well, they didn't know they got killed with an axe, you know what I mean? Like they just hit the ground, like. But yeah, so you have the satanic cult that is harvesting people from the town, their livestock and whatever, and then there's Chess, and they fuck with the wrong man's goat, and then he goes in and takes it back.
It's like the John Wick of goats.
Yeah, kind of like a homeless John Wick.
Yeah, okay.
But he's got like moonshine in his thing, and he's like, I learned this, and he just like swigs it and then just like blows it into the fire, and like he's like, ah, and two guys are like, you got some fire stunts in there. I don't know who would play Chess though.
Oh, I don't know.
I kind of want like a
I was gonna say, like you could do like the actor who played Doctor Strange, because in his movie where he had all the beard or whatever, he kind of fit it.
I was almost thinking of making it like,
But you'd probably want an older gentleman.
I was almost thinking of like, let's get David Spade to do it because he did Joe Dirt, and we could just do Joe Dirt 2 almost.
Okay.
Like that style of, but like make it horror comedy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who else is like out there that's older that could kind of fit that bill.
But anyway, I actually got a good movie, a decent one.
I'll be the judge of that.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. To be fair, I thought you were gonna go a different route.
Where do you think I was gonna go?
I thought you were gonna go with, like, following him nomad wise,
Uh-huh.
like, right? But like a serial killer actually like finds out that he's probably like the best like cover scapegoat, you know? Like
I see what you did there.
yeah, sorry about that, but
sorry, my genius is immaculate.
but
Tips Fedora. Moady.
basically he follows him around and he'll kill whichever like state he's in, and people just suspect, oh, this nomad homeless
This
dude
homeless
came
dude
in.
with all these
Yeah.
goats came to town, and then now
Yeah,
my kid's dead.
it's like all these killings happen, but it near him or wherever he's at, and the dude just keeps following him behind him.
Mhm.
So you get a serial killer, and then they dub him the Goat Man,
Yeah.
of course, and something like that.
Oh, then you could have some really fun like
that's where I thought you were gonna
some
go.
like, oh, he's feeding the people to the goats, like,
exactly.
he's got this big one he calls Lucifer, and it's like it's sprouting wings. It's like, no, that's Billy. Like,
oh my god. It's like an Office style, like the interview.
oh my
style.
god,
It's
yeah.
like, actually, the goat's name is Lucy.
Older short actors. Oh my god, Danny DeVito. That's it. Danny DeVito.
Sure.
Danny DeVito. We'll get him a beard. He's already got the fucking crazy hair. We just put the trucker cap on him. Some dirty overalls.
But so my movie is gonna
Hold on. Can you imagine watching Sofia Vergara just fuck the hell out of Danny DeVito? Like in an R-rated movie sexy.
Jesus Christ.
Just their silhouettes just going at it like it's Austin Powers. I'm telling you, man. It's movie gold. Alright, sorry. Go ahead. That just popped into my head because I named them two actors. Oh.
So my movie is gonna be kind of more horror, definitely, 100%. But ever since I started looking at a lot of the scenes from Sinister, I wanted to play around with the fact of like where there's these killings that happen, and a lot of them is with the train.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the deaths happen at the trains, like people just jumping in front of it or just dying at it, and they just can't explain it. Well, the story then revolves around a couple of teens who go hiking or go camping in the woods, and they come across this like altar type deal, and they end up, or this cemetery, I would say, in the middle of the woods or cabin or whatever, and there was a ritual in there. Yeah, you know what? Cabin, just almost, yeah.
Cabin in the
woods. And they go in there, and of course, it's like an old building in the woods. We'll just do that instead. And they find ritual stuff like candles all burnt out, all that stuff.
The pentagram, like the blood pentagram on the floor, the ceremonial dagger.
I would say maybe old blood in the middle of it,
Yeah.
maybe even burnt a little bit. And it's kind of like, ooh, guys, we should probably, like, some of the friends are just like, we should probably get out of here. This is not a place I want to be.
Then there's their friend Ches. He's like, watch me, I'm gonna lay down in it. He just lays down, and all the fire comes on.
Definitely no. I wouldn't say there's any comedy in it, honestly. Yeah. But they happen to find a book that's like kind of burnt a little bit, but it's still a little bit of the pages are like, you can definitely tell it's been burnt a little, They start reading some of it, and I guess one of them just reads a passage that happens to be of
dumb ass.
Exactly. And so this sets up in this case, the Goat Man or
the Poplik
monster would follow them around. Now, of course, in the killings, that's what the satanic rituals was, to kill people.
Oh, leading up to that point.
Yeah, what was all that, and now
they summon this thing, and it's
been going on a spree. Now it's been going after the group as well. And I would say that one of the biggest scenes is, of course, they just don't know how a lot of them. Well, at one of the train, I guess sections, of course, where it leads into a road or whatever, there happens to be a post, and they had actually put up a new camera. So I guess I would say the detective, who's the father of one of the group, is looking at the camera, and they just see the guy, because the scene in real, like, from his point of view, from the person's point of view that's about to die, would be more of they just turn around, look up, and then just walk backwards, and then get smoked by the train. All right. Now he's looking at the camera, and he's looking at it, watching it, and then it gets to the point where the kid turns around, and it starts glitching a little bit, and then it glitches hard when he looks up, and then there's just like a giant figure just standing over top of him, like looming over, just making him like kill himself. You know what I'm saying? So like, I want this thing to be where it's following people around, and it's choosing its victim, and it's like coercing them into dying. You know what I'm saying?
So I thought you were gonna go a different way with that. Like, you had the road crossing, or the train tracks like the road where you drive over top of it, like the railroad crossing, and it's like he drives up, and then like in his thing, like he drives up and it stalls, and like he's trying to unlock the door, and the door won't unlock, and then the train hits the car, right? But they go back to the security footage, and they see him like drive up, stop, and then you see like the engine cut off completely, and then you see the Poplick monster get out of the passenger seat and walk to the side and just watch it happen. And then he looks up at the camera and then just walks off frame. Like, oh fuck, you know.
Well, okay, yeah, you can do that too. I just want that scene to happen to where it's you can only see it through like the videos of that. I would even have it to where the group actually has experienced it. And one of the biggest thing is they look at cameras of the people before that have died in like the town or whatever, and they notice that what's insane is that their shadow.
Are you doing more modern day, so you have access to cell phone cameras?
Yeah, I would say more modern.
So
modern
like
days.
You know, like, oh, I'm doing my selfie, ha 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 ha. I'm out here on
like
the fucking
that modern, I would say, but more of like there's of course CCTV cameras or whatever. Not like everybody's on their phone. I would say early 2000s, definitely. Not earlier 2000, probably like, was it late 2000s maybe? People weren't really taking a lot of selfies. I mean, mid 2000s.
Buddy, selfies have been.
No, I know, but it wasn't.
For a hot,
you know what I'm
minute.
saying? Like I wanted to be modern, but not.
You don't want the latest fucking iPhone, but
where like everybody like nowadays it's like, oh, you got their phone out every time, and it's like, or I got like the Meta glasses, and I can just, no, I want it to be to where
it's more Polaroids, closed caption TVs, like some digital cameras.
Yeah, of course, exactly. You could say even the 90s, 80s, 90s, somewhere around there. Honestly, that would be sick.
I think like setting it around like,
oh my gosh, honestly, we could do that around the 80s as well, because we could have it to where they search up like a lot of the Goatman stuff, and they come across the name Ches, and he happens to be in the nursing home, and they go to him, and I would say that he's actually the only man that's actually survived against the Goatman, like the actual Poplick monster. You know what I'm saying? I could make it to where like that.
Yeah, I mean, I hate being like, you could always take that name and just give it to the survivor and just migrate it to whatever time you want it to be.
But I can also to where it's like, okay, he kind of, it's just like he would be a character to give more information for our protagonist, of where to go, that kind of character. But he gives them like, hey, like this thing is dangerous. One thing that you need to look out for is the shadows of people. And it's like, oh,
I think you throw like time frame wise, I think you throw this right in the mid 2005 to 2007.
Okay.
Digital cameras are a thing, but you still have to plug them into your fucking computer. It's not like the cloud-based servers that we all have now. So it's like digital camera, click. It's like, ha ha ha. Oh, I'm taking we found this shack in the woods, and you said this funny word, like click, and then like in the background you see, in like the shadow, you see the goat, like the goat man. And it's like, that's kind of the thing. It's like, not until like they get the camera and they start flipping back through and they see it like progressively getting closer to them, that it's like, oh fuck, you know, like, oh no, we fucked up. You said that Latin in that cabin that one time, you dumb dick. Like,
yeah. I can even see that too. He's like flipping through it, and as it gets closer, and then like you just see like getting closer and closer, and then like a blood drop happens, and it starts bleeding from his nose or eyes or something like that.
Yeah.
But I would say also like one of the biggest factors to know when you're like marked, for instance, is you have no shadow. You know, so something to give a, because I want it to where you at least know who's marked without the cameras as well, you know, or we could just keep it to where
I think it's not that I think it's their shadow is warped, you know what I mean? So it's like you have like the
because this thing's following the person.
It almost like you could do some really cool shots with it where you have like the shot of the person walking, and it's like maybe they're walking down the street and they walk in front of like, maybe they're sitting at like the bus stop and like a car goes by, right? Like boom, and in the reflection of them in the glass, you see the shadow behind them. Yeah, you know what I mean? As like they progress trying to figure this out, every person gets to the shadow and it gets closer and closer and closer and closer to them until it's like you're not only noticing it in the like cameras and reflections of like moving things, but like maybe the person's in the bathroom and they close the medicine cabinet and then like it's just black behind them, and it's like that's when they like, you know, they get shunned up and it's like what the fuck, and then that's when they're kind of in that like puppet hypnotized mode where they lead them out and out, put them on the train track and kill them.
Yeah, that would.
But it would work for like the car scene where like dude gets out of his car because all of a sudden he looks up in the rearview mirror and the rearview mirror is black and all he sees is like the goat eyes, and it's like you're once you see his eyes, like that's it, you're fucking done.
Exactly. Okay, I could do that, and
then that's your CCTV thing where it's like, yeah, he walks out on this train and then it's like, and then it shows like this 8-foot tall goat man standing over top of him, like leading him out, and then just sitting there and then turning him towards the train, and the train just,
because I want this one as well, this other scene as well is like, okay, there's at least probably like 2 of them left, and then the dude who's been looking over the cameras or whatever, and they go and they know one of them is marked. Well, they try to look for them, and they know a lot of the deaths have been just the trains, right?
Yep.
So they go and they realize they're on the other side and they're trying to run to them, and then they just get smoked. But they're just like at the train and they're just like this. But like, you know how like the train, there's the gaps are in between. They're just looking, and it's just
yeah.
And there's, but I would say the biggest thing to like actually stop this thing is of course in the journal, because everything has a kill switch that they make sure, right? That's why they try to burn it. He was trying to get someone to coerce it into burning it, where like the satanic rituals to where they lost control, and someone just like went wild.
So then they got to figure out either how to bind it or send it back.
Yeah, because they look back at the stuff and they realize some of the pages, like they're mentioning how to stop it, and then it's just burnt right here, but like it has a phrase of it, like just some of it, and then it's off. And I would say that's how they try to look for how to stop it with the.
And then they go to chess in the nursing home, and he's like, "Yeah, you just gotta study Latin."
I could also say like
hibbity bobbity boobity bop.
We could also have the plot twist of he's helping them, right? Of this is where you got to go. Like this here's the phrase, blah 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 blah. You have to have these amount of candles, all that. Well, come to find out when they're doing it and they're going, it cuts back to Chess, and he's just looking into the mirror, and it's just the goat man behind him, and he's just like,
finally caught up with me, huh?
it's like the deal's been done.
Yeah. Oh, like he broke his end of the bargain and sent him to it. Yeah.
Because his deal was, I'll get other people as long as you leave me alone. That's how he survived all those years.
And everybody kept dying.
Exactly.
Interesting.
I would say that would be the plot twist.
I like that. I like that a lot.
But yeah, a lot of the stuff dealing with, especially the cameras and everything, because I thought that was the scariest with like the Bagul from Sinisters, of just like turning his head in the camera. So it's just like
any image of him that he just turns and looks at you. Yeah.
Yeah.
They said that is like the scariest movie of all time.
Dude, I mean, I see it because it's not, from the clips that I've seen, it's not inherently like scary. It's more of the unsettling. That's so like, that's scary. I don't know.
So they did a test where they strapped a bunch of people with heart monitors, and they had them watch like it was a certain amount of horror movies, but they all got listed the same, like say 30 to 40 horror movies, right?
Yeah.
Over like a number of times. And Sinister was one that had the highest heart rate, like highest maintained heart rate. And I want to say it was like the average heart rate in Sinister was like mid 90s watching that movie. I agree with that movie. Scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, that would be insane to have, like, especially in the cameras or whatever. He just like
the laptop reflections. I mean, the car window reflections.
The flicking through the camera of the thing, and then it's just him getting closer and closer to you.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. You gotta have like the chick that just got the digital camera and she's like freaking out about it. So she's just taking random pictures of everything, and it's like, oh, she's really in love with fucking, I don't know, Kyle. And just click, and then like the thing's just getting closer and closer and closer to her, to Kyle, and then all of a sudden, it's like when she like sees the fucking hand on his shoulder, like the shadowy like goat man's hand, and then it's like poof, he dies the next, like, he's the next one to go. Maybe she's like, him and Sam figure it out together, or her and Sam figure it out together. They're like, oh my god, we figured it out. And so then like that's kind of their defense, is she's constantly like taking pictures of each other to see if the shadow ever comes up behind them, and then that's how they know how much time they have. It's like, oh fuck, like Sam, he's behind you, like, but he's really far away, we got to figure this out. And then like that's your time crunch for the third act.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it, definitely. I don't know, I can't inherently copy Sinisters to that degree, because that was just made perfectly, honestly, from what I've seen of it.
Bro, you gotta watch that movie, dude.
I don't want to. I don't want to watch it alone.
You don't want to watch it alone, dude? I watch horror movies alone all the time, dude. I'm up here watching them on my computer with my headphones on, getting the fuck scared out of me.
I watched the lawnmower scene, but I muted it because I was watching a podcast.
Oh, brother, that's even worse.
I was watching that, and I was just like this, listening to like the stream, because I was watching a streamer.
It's even worse.
And then it just kept looking at the family, going back, and the lawnmower's going over the concrete. It was just like, dark. Okay. And then I was just like, I can't hear it. Let me turn it off. And then it's just, I was like, what the?
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, that's all I got for that movie.
All right.
Yeah.
My camera's focusing the skulls behind me right here, and I keep seeing it like grab it, and it's like, oh yeah, that's a head. That's a face. That's funny.
But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the Ghosts and Ghouls monster movie maker, please go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, turn the bell on for any notification, as well as go ahead, and you want to see more of the context of the Pope Link monster, or the Goat Man, go ahead and watch the full episode of the Ghosts and Ghouls podcast. Should be up. It should be on other side. No, actually, yeah, you're right. Yep. It's gonna be right around there, right here. So yeah, right here, exactly right there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And then yeah.